Alrighty, gamers, this is Message Time. Welcome to Retro Time, and it's time for a retro review. In this review today, I want to do a review on Mega Man Zero 3. I beat it a couple days right after I beat Mega Man Zero 2. Now, I want to give my full take on this game, and all in all, I have to say, this wasn't a top of the line game for me, but it's still good in the trilogy. So let me just get into it. Alrighty, so Mega Man Zero 3. Not one of my favorite Mega Man Zero games, but still good first trilogy. A lot of people don't know that Mega Man Zero trilogy consists of 4 games, and they are all connected to each other, each stories. And I'm actually learning myself that from starting at this point with the Mega Man Zero trilogy and all that, I'm kind of just learning there's a lot to these Mega Man games that there's more than there's more than there's more of a backstory to them than I realized when I first stepped in, and there's a lot to learn. Like, I'm learning a lot about all these different types of Mega Man and all that. I'm learning there's no correlation. There's a correlation, but it's like different than what I thought it was back to the original Mega Man. So, gameplay in this one wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I started off and I was like, man, this game don't feel like it's as hard as it should be. And after playing 2, you realize that 2 is just one hell of a game. It's like really difficult and hard to just play through if you're not able to tolerate some of the mechanics in the game. The mechanics to 2 to 3 are way different. Like, you tend to have everything already on you, and you tend to have the elves with you already. You don't even need to have them. You don't even need to acquire them from Celia. They're automatically with you, and you pick them out. And it helps a lot to have them on you consistently, but they made the game a lot easier. But the gameplay mechanics, they're a lot different than the last one. Like, example, you jump way higher than you did in Zero 2. In Zero 2, you feel like you have weight attached to you and you can't jump and fly. You can't jump as high as you normally do. And the button system is slightly easier to access than it was in 2. So I don't know what they did with 3 that made it slightly different than 2. But even the story is not. It continues from 2. It's more of a story based around Zero this time than of what was previously going on with that guy that went crazy at the end of 2. So if you've been paying attention or you know the Mega Man games, you know what I'm talking about. So the guy from 2 no longer exists in this game. You're dealing with a professor and some massive, like, evil endgame boss, which I'm not going to talk about too much here. But it's a pretty cool end battle, and it's a lot of fun compared to how it was in the well, not a lot of fun, but like it's fun, but it's also easier to play through than the last game. So that's the gameplay mechanics I've broken down for you, and everything is pretty much attached to them if you go into the select menu or the start menu. So, but going into the art style, the art style is a slight upgrade. As you can see, there's stuff going on here. There were some cut scenes that actually were actual cut scenes, like moving scenes and all that, which was pretty cool. And as you can see, even here in the opening screen, you see moving effects within the sprites. So that's pretty cool. They did a really good job with the art style in this game. I always will like the Mega Man art style for some reason. I just think it's really awesome. But like, by looking at this, you can just tell it's played a lot easier than what Zero 2 was. So, but going outside the game mechanics, the music wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. Like, I liked the music, but it wasn't top tier music. Like, some of the other Mega Man games have really good music, but this one just didn't have good music. There was something different about this one. Like, it's almost like they didn't put as much effort into this one with the way it's played and everything. There's just something about it that's slightly different. I think they put more visual effects into it than they did into the actual mechanics of the game. Um, but what else can I talk about here? So all the bosses still really unique for the Mega Man games. Um, I'm still kind of new to the Mega Man trilogy, so I'm really, really getting the grasp of who everybody is and all that. And also, let's see. There are a lot of original characters there from the first Zero game, like Celia is still there. Zero, of course, he's still there. And there's a little something at the end of Mega Man Zero 3 that if you have to play it. The end battle was perfect because it showed you something you needed to know all along, and you realized that you're the original. You're not exactly the original Zero, but I'm not going to go into too much detail as to what I mean by that. So, and all the weapons, you got a different set of weapons in this one. I only used the sword. I like the sword. The sword is one of my favorites, but there's a couple other things in this. Like, there's a blade that's attached to the bottom of your fist that you use and you punch with it. As you can see, he's using it right there. But yeah, there wasn't the just the weapon system was very unique compared to Zero 2 and a lot more easy to access. And also, so are the elves. So, what else can I go over? Oh, so I'm gonna leave it sit there. But the ending, the ending boss was really, really great. Now, the ending boss isn't as difficult as the other ones because, like I said, you have your fairies on you or your elves on you already. So use them to your abilities and actually make your life easier. Now, the few fairies I didn't see, or the few elves I didn't see in this game is more like they're elves that the elves that cut the boss's life down into half. There was none of that in this game, so that's another reason why I say this game was a lot different. And this game was based more around people trying to the I want to say the Dark Elf was more of a villain in this game that you fight, as opposed to you try. I mean, you're still trying to stop it, but it's still one of those things that like you actually fight it this time and all that, and it's kind of the end story for that Dark Elf theory that goes on in these three. Also, X is barely in the game this time. He shows up very, very little, but he's still there. That actually he's there a little bit more. I lie, but it's not the same. It's not the same as the original X. So I'm just warning you about that. But altogether, story's good. Story was very well put together. I still like the story in two though. And game all around is just tons of fun. And if you like the Mega Man trilogy or you haven't yet started it, probably Zero is the best place to start. I heard X is really good, but I heard Zero. A lot of people praise Zero, Mega Man Zero, for good gameplay and just a good Mega Man story. So if you're interested in playing it, pick up the Legacy trilogy um, that I've been advertising off. So all right, let's get back to the big screen. All right, so there you have it. Again, if you're interested in actually playing these games, right here it is. It's called Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection. Very, very good stories. I like the Mega Man stories off of this. I want to go back and play the ones before this. There's a lot of people telling me different stuff, but I'm probably going to go play it for myself. I'm going to go check out X next, which I'll probably be getting X in a near future. Um, because my birthday's coming up, and I actually want to like have something at least small for my birthday to celebrate. But I give this one I want to say 7 out of 10. It wasn't my favorite, but it was still up there pretty high as opposed to good story and good gaming. But like so I think I'm gonna place them all in this order now so far because I'm playing through all of them. One is I would have to say that's a six. No, not a six. It's a it's a seven. So Mega Man Zero Two is actually no. Mega Man Zero One is an eight. Mega Man Zero Two is a nine. And Mega Man Zero Three is a seven. So far, pretty good. On the Mega Man trilogy. Now four is a little different and a little bit more complicated. So it might be a while till I review that one, but that's it for this Mega Man Zero 3 review. If you like this or you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. This channel is very small, and this is all I'm going to be doing on this channel is reviewing older games when I have the chance. Also, if you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Sorry, I'm in a brain fart. Hit that notification bell to let you know when I'm putting up more content like this, along with also subscribing to the channel, like I said. But until then, guys, if you like what you saw here, hit that like button. I'm out of here, and keep on gaming, gamers. And also, go over to my other channel. I just did a first thoughts review on Starfield, so on this is timed. I'll put that in a link below, but check everything out, and take it easy.